Hi, good morning everybody. Welcome back to my channel. It's a cold day here like it is in most of the country, I guess. So we're staying warm. I'm going to make some banana nut bread. My dad's birthday is tomorrow, and my mom requested that I do some things, which I did for his birthday. And then this is the last thing she wanted me to do. So, it's banana nut bread, and I don't even remember where I got this recipe, but it's been taped on the inside of my cabinet. Well, it was at the other house that we moved from, that we sold and moved to this house 3 years ago. Anyway, now I keep it in a little booklet. Banana nut bread, it's got, I'll just tell you, 2 cups of sugar. Here, 2 cups of sugar. And it's got 1 cup of Crisco. I used the butter flavor Crisco. 3 eggs. It says 1.5 cups of mashed, 1.5 cups of mashed bananas. What I do is I take 3, I don't care what size they are, of my finest old bananas. These are just right. They're not black, they're not yellow. My husband will eat them this way. I can, no can do. Mine have to be that yellow. So anyway, and then you put in all-purpose flour, and just regular all-purpose flour, buttermilk, baking soda, baking powder, and vanilla. That's it. It's really not a fussy recipe at all. You cook it at 350 until an hour-ish. And it usually makes 2 panfuls. So we'll see. My pans are all widows and orphans. I get them at thrift stores, garage sales. They're passed down from my mom, stuff like that. So one is this great big old Westinghouse glass one. You could make a really good meatloaf in this. If anybody in my family would eat one, they will not. They don't. I love meatloaf and mashed taters. Anyway, and then this one's smaller. And it's been used to death, and I could probably, if I wanted to, scrape all of the burned stuff off it. It's memories. I'm not lazy. It's memories. Oh, grease your pan really well. I use Pam. You be you. All right, I'm going to get started on this, and I'm going to use it. It all goes in the mixer. Got my 2.5 cups of granulated sugar inside this mixing bowl, and 1 cup of the Crisco, butter flavor Crisco stick. So it's just a whole stick is a cup. And then I will beat this up, and as soon as it's all, together, I'll add 3 eggs. Yes, I will. Okay, I'll turn you off so you don't have to listen to this. I did a screenshot of the recipe, but I'm also going to put it in the description box. So if you're not techie, and I'm not, you may want to look at it and write it down yourself rather than to stop the video and write it down. I don't know how you would get it from a screenshot, but apparently a lot of people can. Anyway, my butter and Crisco are all nicely mixed together, and now I'll just add these eggs in, and I'll get that started and show you what it looks like after that. 3 eggs. 2 of them were jumbo, 1 of them was large. Okay, here is the first part. So it's all mixed together nice. I've got 3 bananas that I sliced and put into a bowl. I'm going to take this bean masher and give them a nice rough smash up. Not completely, smashed. I used to put 3 bananas in a Ziploc baggie and squeeze them until they were, and then squeeze them out the baggie. But now I just do this. I don't taste a difference, see a difference, smell a difference. It gets done at the same time. I'm saving myself a baggie here. I know I could do it with a fork. I also used to do that. And then, so that goes in there with what's already in the bowl mixed together. And also 1.5 cups of the 3% is what I prefer, buttermilk. I like this best because it's got the more fat content, and it's really hard to find in my area. When I find it, I snag it up, and it's good to have. Now the buttermilk and the 1.25 cups of buttermilk and 3 smashed up bananas. We'll get that going. And while that's going, I'm going to measure the flour, sugar, baking soda, baking powder, and all I have to add after that is a splash of vanilla, which I will not measure either. Vanilla's in. I don't know what I was thinking. I was going to put that in last. One of my kids always says to me, which recipe did you use? Because he knows that I took so many liberties with it, that I probably don't resemble that recipe any longer. I'm feeling a lot better today, by the way. I'm getting some hot flashes, and that's not hormonal, it's actual from the virus still, but it's not a big deal. I don't hurt. I'm tired because I didn't sleep a lot of hours, but what I did sleep last night was solid. It was awesome. It was like 4.5 hours or something like that. So, and I'll probably take a nap later. Oh, and one other thing. Last night's sunset was so pretty. I'm going to try to remember to attach the picture at the end of this video so you can see it. And you have to know that I film on my, I guess it's an S10 or something like that. Samsung S10. Anyway, so it's not going to do it justice. We were all out on the front porch just oohing and on. It was gorgeous. Purples and pinks and oranges and blues. It was just really something. So here is the last of it, other than the nuts that I'll add after all the batter's together. You can use pecans, walnuts, whatever kind of nuts you like. I'm going to look for what I have and use that. So we go with that's how we decide on this recipe in this house. If I have pecans, I use pecans. If I have walnuts, I use walnuts. I think my dad prefers walnuts. I don't know if I have them. Here's the baking soda, baking powder, and the flour, all-purpose flour. Mixy, mixy. So it all goes in as one homogenized, wonderful bit of goodness. You don't want one end of the bread to get the baking soda and one end not, right? You can probably hear my dryer. Sorry about that. I didn't start the dishwasher yet. I'm waiting until I'm done doing this so I can put the rest of these little bit of dishes in. You know, I have this shield thing that lets you just not make a mess when you put it in, the flour. But do I use it? No. That's another thing I'd have to clean. I knew I'd use it when I got it. Actually, I found that part at a garage sale. Oh, what was that? Huh. Maybe that was me hitting the side of the bowl. I heard what I thought was a ring of some kind. Yep, that's what it is. The oven is preheated. I heard it go ding ding while I wasn't filming. And I'm going to get to this is the last of it. Oh, no it's not. Sorry guys. Okay, I'm going to make sure that's well mixed and I'm going to put the nuts in. I don't know if you can tell, but the batter always does look like this, so don't be alarmed. Some banana bread batters will look different. This looks very airy, fluffy, and that's a good thing for this particular recipe. So, I crunched them up with my hands, rough chop with my hands, and they are in fact pecans. So, pecans it is. I'm going to put them in now. Here we go. So I divided them into 2 pans, and like I said, one is like double size the other. So I'll just cook this one a little bit longer, and I've done that before. It's no big deal. Now you could also do 4 of these size pans. Oh, let's see if you can see the difference. Like that, they're just narrow, and they're, you know, aluminum, I guess. So they're gonna cook a little bit faster. I don't have the cook time. I mean, I just watch them when I've done that. And the reason I would do these, or you know, 8 tinier ones, is because you might want to give them away for Christmas or something. I don't know. So there's that. I'm going to put them in the oven for 55 to 60-ish minutes or so. I'm going to keep watching them, and I never go by time. I check early and often with a toothpick. And I'm looking for crumbs, not batter, and not a lot of crumbs. And these aren't as good when you overcook them, so be real careful. Once they're blackened, they're pretty, My mom loves them blackened. She's the same way with cookies. I forgot to tell you this part. I always like to put foil on about 25 minutes after it's in and it's no longer sticky. Even though this is non-stick, I don't want it sticking to it and pulling off the top, you know. The reason I do that is I've always found it gets, like I was just saying, browner than I want it to be. I want it to be brown, but not dark brown. So, I feel like that with everybody's banana nut bread though. Even at the store. Here we go. I'm all done. This is the one going to my mom and dad's house, and this is the one that's staying. And I just put some butter on this piece right here. And they both turned out very well, I think. So I'll let you go now, and if you like what you see, I hope you'll consider subscribing. It really helps to grow my channel if everybody else subscribe that thinks that they'd like to watch more content. I always appreciate a comment. I love to chat and meet new people. Have a great day. Go out and find some joy. Bye-bye.